What's your dream? And what are you doing about it? Live your dream now with Find a Tree, created by Daniel Armstrong. A visionary named Daniel Armstrong created a program to provide people of all ages and backgrounds a step-by-step pathway to their dream called Find a Tree. Daniel Armstrong is a dream coach and an author who motivates and empowers people to make a difference in their own lives and the lives of others through his program, Find a Tree. Inspired by his experience in Ghana, West Africa, Daniel Armstrong wrote the motivational book, How to Live Your Dreams, Find a Tree, and Get Started. Subsequently, he developed the companion Find a Tree program to help others realize their dreams. Armstrong has also written a children's book, Live Your Dream. Read about it, write about it, and do something.
It's not just about a dream, it's about developing a plan of action so that that dream can actually get accomplished and actually be achieved. And we saw some amazing results. We saw students who were failing every class throughout the day to students who were engaged, became leaders, and changed their lives basically in a matter of a semester.
Find a Tree is about finding out what makes life meaningful for you. The person will wind up achieving things that he or she probably never even envisioned.
5 years ago, when I heard Daniel Armstrong speak, I really got inspired to go out and actually do something. So I started a club called Cancer Awareness Club at my school, and within the first year we raised $3,000. So within the next year, I was a 10th grader at Buckley, and I decided to get in contact with lawyers and accountants to take the club nonprofit. And just as Daniel always says, you know, things kind of start to happen serendipitously, and I started meeting people, and people started reaching out to me. I started getting big sponsors like Whole Foods, Lucky Brand Jeans, and then within that next year we became a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And now, 5 years later, after hearing Daniel speak, we've raised over $40,000, helped over 30 kids and counting, and have expanded the club across the country to 10 different states and to around 20 different schools. And I only hope that the club grows more and becomes more involved with the entire country. I'd also like to take this opportunity to personally thank Daniel for helping me realize that I am capable of going out and achieving my dreams, and actually taking action now is the only way to really reach the final success that I wanted to see.
I have seen transformation in my students, and that's why I believe that it's an integral part in any school's curriculum, because it teaches kids how to hope, how to get a plan, how to follow it through, and be successful.
I've been doing this for 28 years now. It has really changed the way I teach. And thanks to Finding a Tree, my boys and girls are aware now that they need the knowledge. The resources are out there. There are no excuses.
So you want to make planes?
Yes.
Okay, planes are heavy.
Yes.
They still leave the earth. How does that happen?
Their gravity.
You asking me? You're the engineer. You have the intelligence to find out how planes work right now. All right, man, good job.
Find a Tree began when Daniel worked in Ghana, West Africa, pursuing business and development projects. While there, Daniel found a basketball court and began coaching and playing with the youth in the area called Nima, one of the poorest sections in Ghana's capital. Two of those youths dreamed of having a school of their own. However, they had no resources or facilities. Daniel advised them to find a tree and start their school there. These young teachers soon had nearly 100 students coming to their school under a tree. Seeing the success, a businessman in the community gave them a new building to use as their school. This story inspired Daniel to create Find a Tree. Since 1999, Daniel has worked with schools, government agencies, nonprofits, and corporations. One client was the California Youth Authority's Fred C. Nellis Youth Correctional Facility.
Fred C. Nellis is home to young men 12 to 20 years old who committed a range of crimes, whether it's vandalism of some sort to murder. The main objective is to reflect and realize the actual purpose of our lives. I recognize that many didn't see a problem with lying, stealing, or running game on people, so I focused on character, which they were very unhappy with because they thought this would be a program to make a lot of money.
Can you stand up and speak? You stand up so you don't want to do that? Can you speak louder so people can hear you? No, forget it.
As we went on, an assignment, a critical assignment they had to carry out was to write a plan of action. On the day it was due, very few of them, maybe 2 or 3, had completed the assignment. So I told them that I couldn't help people who don't want to help themselves.
I came to this program to see what it was all about, to find my dream, and I found it. And I thank you for helping me find it. And now that you want to get on it, you get on it. I don't really care.
You know what I'm saying? We've been in this program so we can change and so we can learn something from you, and it seems like you just trying to just walk up out the door on us.
But it's hurting me, you know, like you saying you're gonna walk out the door. You know?
Just like my dad.
I don't know, you know, I just don't appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you giving up on me, and it happened before.
Just like my dad.
So if I giving up on you? No, there's nothing I can do until you show some effort.
That's the way it is. Come on. That's just the way it is.
People in the house that say, well, now there's some people in jail, you know what I'm saying, we're going to change them. It's impossible.
It's possible because you put a little change in everybody here.
You all now, in my opinion, have the keys to unlock yourself out of jail. Jail is not these walls, it's really your mind.
I want to say that I give you more credit than I give you my dad because I don't know if you were going to come back or not, but the point is that you came back and you know, my dad never came back to my mom, so I never knew him, so I just want to know I got more respect for you and love than I do for my dad.
This is hard to do, but I'm doing it now. I'm going to college now. I'm on my 2nd semester, and then I'm doing my boxing, and I'm doing this now. This is what I like to do. I want to talk to people. I want to, you know, help people out like you guys.
At the moment, my dream was to go back to prison once I got out of the youth authority. I went to youth authority for killing someone, and I wanted to get back into the prison system because I didn't have no dreams or motivations. While I went to the program, I realized that I need to have my education, that I need to learn other factors in life, not only my dream, but that I needed to learn all these other stuff in order to reach my goals and dreams in life.
One inmate Daniel met at Nellis was Andy Diaz, who was convicted of murder at age 13. Andy stayed in touch with Daniel and studied his Find a Tree book through his 12 years of incarceration. Upon his release, he called Daniel.
I realized my situation and I just got one of those moments where I just said, aha, you know, this is not for me, you know, being in jail.
Came in jail.
Right. So, you know, I felt like, you know, I also realized the reality of the situation, which was that I wasn't educated enough for me to get out here and, you know, do what I wanted to do, pursue my dreams, you know. So, you know, I found that tree, you know. I started planting the seeds, I started going to school, I started doing everything that I wanted to do in order for me to set up the path a little bit easier.
So in the last year, you've gone to college,
right.
You're working and working on your music.
Right.
You're pursuing your dream.
Right. Well, I'm taking different classes. I'm taking a music class, broadcasting, and an English class. But my plans is to major in journalism. I feel like keeping myself busy is one of those things that I've got from Find a Tree. That, you know, I'm not stagnant. And, you know, I'm always working. You know, I'm always trying to do something. So for me, that's something that I got from you, Daniel, and very, very appreciative of that. You know.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
I know it's time for class, right?
Yeah, it's time for class, man.
At the age of 15, my reality was either ending up in a wheelchair, ending up dead, or ending up in prison for life. When Find a Tree came into my life, it taught me a different reality. It taught me to embrace struggle, you know, be able to go through my obstacles and continue to fight hard for what I really want.
I've seen boys in prison open up to him with very sensitive things from their lives that they would never even begin to tell anyone else. And he has the ability to do that. He has the ability to work with young people and get to their heart and help them make a change inside of themselves and set their lives on the right course.
The first time we met Daniel, here we are walking to the chow line, and Daniel's in line with us. Sitting down is either incarcerated for murder, robbery, arson, all these violent crimes. Riot could kick off any time, and he's just sitting there with us. That's what brought the reality of Daniel to the facility, is that Daniel's real. Daniel really cares. Daniel understands us, and if Daniel doesn't understand, he'll sit there and he'll go through the motions to understand. And that's what's unique about Find a Tree. We had a big bond, and that's something that's not usual. It's unusual in prison.
He works with them in a magical manner that is very healing. He knows how to heal gang members.
Once I saw that they were able to let go of that, and I myself let go of it, we saw the dramatic change in how they were involved in the program. They were able to write plan of actions. I'm talking about at a college level. When the Find a Tree individuals got released, 80% of them were successful.
Daniel Armstrong earned his law degree and his Master of Business Administration degrees from UCLA. As an undergraduate at Columbia University, he played varsity basketball and founded the Coalition for a Free South Africa to educate students on apartheid and to have Columbia remove investments tied to that nation. After a 4-year campaign, Columbia divested $55 million. Following his graduation, Daniel received a grant from the Ford Foundation to study youth development in Zimbabwe. In addition to his research, Daniel taught basketball and organized a national tour by former Harlem Globetrotter Marcus Haynes and his Harlem Magicians. The opening night game was the largest multiracial gathering at that point in Zimbabwe's history, following 20 years of civil war. Former American diplomat and Olympic champion Mal Whitfield said of the tour, "It is still remembered as one of the greatest American African cultural sports events." Daniel has worked with leaders in government, sports, business, entertainment, and human rights. Today, Daniel's dream is to help others find their tree. What's your dream? Find a tree and get started. For more information, visit findatree.com.